Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, well, we have more problems with the 6. So I was sitting here waiting for a buddy to drop off some parts that I'm going to be powder coating, and this little battery light fella just came on. So I grabbed my tuner and well, we were dropping battery voltage. So hopefully we don't have to sit here very long, and we'll get this thing back to the house, which is like 20 minutes from here, and yeah. But we'll get this thing back to the house, we'll let it cool off, and we'll see if we can figure out what has happened now. Alright, y'all, so we have more interestingness. So I'm sitting here, I have the air off and everything. No electronics are running currently. I turned the amp completely off, all that kind of thing. And well, I was sitting here, I called my grandpa to talk to him a minute, just to kind of get a second opinion. And the battery light started kind of flickering, and then it went completely off. And watching the SCT, we went back up to like 13 volts. And then it sounded like the AC compressor, you know, sound when the AC compressor kicks in and it drops, you know, the RPM a little bit and then it comes back up. Did that whole kind of deal, but with the AC off. So I think we're hitting a dead spot on the alternator. But luckily, I have one sitting in the shop. So when he gets here, we'll get these parts, and we'll take this thing back, we'll cool it off, we'll look at everything, make sure all the connections are good. And well, worst case, we're gonna put an alternator on this thing today. So anyway, hopefully I'll make it back to the house, and I'll catch y'all when we get there. Alright, y'all, so we did make it back to the house, and well, miraculously the light went off, you can see. And we started charging again, but I'm going to go ahead and throw an alternator on this thing because I do have one on the shelf. So I'm going to pull this over here in front of the shop, and we'll pop the hood. I got a few things I got to go do. And when we get back, we'll throw an alternator on this thing and we'll see what happens. Alright, y'all. So we got the truck back together. And well, she's looking pretty good. So I'll catch y'all back at the house, and well, we'll go from there. Alright, y'all, so we are back at the house, and well, if you take a look, we are looking very good. So super happy with that. And well, I guess that'll be it. So we're not going to go into detail about changing the alternator. These things are really simple. Essentially, to do one of these, you need something for the belt, whatever you decide to do. I myself, you can see by the belt markings on my hand, I grab the belt, pull it, get it off, you know, then get it back on. The same way. So you can do that. It's tight. It is very tight, but you can do it just by yourself. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but I did. That's what I've been doing on this truck every time we've taken the belt off. Because it looks like some genius has messed up the square on the tensioner, and whoever genius did that's probably the same one. They broke the ear off for the lock, so it doesn't lock back. It should lock back, but this one doesn't. It hasn't since, well, I've had the truck. And I've had this truck for a little over 70,000 miles now. Almost 71. So, like I said, I don't know who the genius was that accomplished that, but, well, whoever you are, thanks, I guess. But either way, we are back. So let me show y'all. Like I said, these things are simple. well, I don't know about the dual alternator trucks. I've never seen one in person, but this one's pretty simple. So, get the belt off however it is you see fit. I like to come down here, gives you more leverage. 313s, 2 here, one on this side, a 10 mil for your battery wire back there, and then it's just a squeeze and pull for the other plug. So pretty simple. Toss the new one on here, and it is good to go. So, anyways, that is that. So pretty self-explanatory. Now, at some point, I am going to get a powder-coated alternator and do that whole thing, and probably powder coat some other stuff under here. If y'all don't know, if you've never seen under here, here it is. Aluminum wire loom cover, powder coated piping. This is the original pipe. This is a Blessed Performance one-piece pipe. Blessed Performance deflector, OEM radiator hold downs, powder coated turbo from Turbo Time, powder coated bottle with powder coated the hooks, the thickum brackets, the glow plug module bracket, and all that stuff. But and our ITS diesel in the shop, 100 psi map sensor. Went ahead and powder coated that bracket as well. But either way, and this little tube, don't forget that little guy. But either way, that's that. So there it is. Truck seems happy. So no complicated nonsense this time, which is nice. But anyway, like I said, we have that. That's good to go. I also ordered new filters for the Fast. We're going to see if that fixes my fuel pressure issue. If not, I'll talk to Matt over at Blessed to see if he knows a part number for the spring to up the pressure a little bit. We'll see if we can get that thrown in here. Get this thing making a little more than 50 psi fuel pressure. So anyway, this is it's sitting here. I do have some stuff in the shop that I have to take tomorrow to Sandblast, pick up some parts at Sandblast tomorrow, and a bunch of powder coating to do also tomorrow. So that's what I get to do on my Friday, but no complaints. So anyway, guys, I do believe that is going to be a wrap for this one. Now, while we're on, this is locked. While we're on the topic of alternators, I also have one in there on the shelf for this car. But these are way down in a hole. These suck to change. I know, because my mom had an 11 5.7 car, and it sucked. We also did hers in her apartment complex parking lot with a hot motor, and no fun. But these, luckily, are super simple and whatnot. So, like I said, guys, that was it. So, pretty simple fix. So, like I was saying earlier, it got to where it would drop the battery pressure. It sounded like it was pulling the motor down, and then it would quit. So I figure that old alternator has a dead spot in it, or a burnt spot or something like that. I don't know. I'll take it up here. We'll get it tested, just for fun, because they don't charge you for testing them. And we'll see what it shows. But anyway, guys, like I said, I think that's going to be a wrap for this one. So if y'all enjoyed today's video, or maybe you found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Well, guys, I guess we actually weren't done with the video there, because next morning here, I hopped in the truck. I got a bunch of stuff in the bed to take to Sandblast. I got a bunch of parts to pick up to powder coat today, And well, this little fella's back on, and low voltage again. So unfortunately, I'm not going to have time to look at this today, but the truck fired up fine. So if it did like it did yesterday, it'll go away, and it's just like an intermediate thing. So I don't know, it's very odd. So I'm going to text Matt over at Blessed Performance, see if he has any ideas. And well, like I said, I won't have time to mess with this today because I have 2 batches of parts to run through the oven, and I have a whole bunch of stuff in the bed back here. So I guess well, I guess now that'll be a wrap for this one. So if y'all have any ideas, drop me a comment down below. Because well, I guess the 6.0 is doing more 6.0 things.